Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Birmingham, Alabama. We are on the campus of Lawson State Community College. The first visit for the Pioneers to Lawson State, at least in the 4 years that head coach Jim McGuire has been at the helm for the Pioneers. As you see, he and head coach Ty Roberts meeting with our two umpires today here on a beautiful sunny afternoon just south of Birmingham, Alabama. This is Tim Reese on the Vol State Sports Network, broadcasting our opening day on the road. A single 9-inning contest today, a doubleheader tomorrow beginning at 11 a.m. right here at Lawson State. And we will hope to carry all the games as we are working on a MiFi hotspot here, so hopefully we have enough gigabytes to get through the three-game series here at Lawson State. This is the third game of the year for the Cougars. Come in 0-2 after a doubleheader loss to Marion Military Institute a few days back. Ball State will be back down in Alabama on Tuesday, the 4th, to take on Gadsden State Community College in a midweek doubleheader. That'll be a down and back for the team. So welcome in on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube. It's good to get the baseball score sheet back out. I've been covering basketball and, of course, the women and men's Lady Pioneers and Pioneers basketball team playing today back at the Pickle Fieldhouse. And I understand there may not be a broadcaster for today. Brian DeKill, who was going to handle the game today, not able to make it for today's basketball games against Motlow State. Fall State has dropped 2 games in the second half of the series in basketball and hope to get back in the winning ways, at least for the men who dropped out of first place. Women have been having a tough year of it this year, but hope to get back. I believe they beat Motlow State. The women did at Motlow State earlier in the year. While the umpires and head coaches going over the ground rules, let's get to our Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the home team, the 0-2 Lawson State Cougars leading off playing right field, Marcus Rouse. Batting second, playing left field, Isaiah Sims. In the 3 holes, Bryson Barnes playing second base, Silas Amick, the first baseman, hitting cleanup. Batting fifth is a DH, Will Elrod. Jesus Masecki is in center field, batting sixth. Jack Revis behind the plate, batting seventh. Elijah Evans at third, hitting eighth, and batting ninth, the shortstop, Cam Nunley. And on the mound, a right-hander from Spanish Fort High School in Alabama, John Henry Winstead. Head coach Ty Roberts, assistant coach is Wes Riley. Manager Landon Jenkins. For the Vol State Pioneers in their home opener, looking to get off to a good start in the 2025 season, redshirt sophomore Drew Plummer will lead off and play second base. Redshirt sophomore Devin Thrain out in center field, batting second. Easton Denning, a freshman at first base, batting third. Gage Hoover, sophomore in left field, hitting cleanup. Hudson Blank, freshman, third baseman, batting fifth. Scotty Dean, sophomore transfer from Chattanooga State, is the DH, and he'll bat sixth. Reed Mashinsky, redshirt sophomore, playing right field, batting seventh. Tucker Lorenz, another freshman, playing at shortstop, batting eighth. And J.C. Menendez, redshirt freshman, behind the plate, batting ninth, and he'll be catching. Eben Hansen, sophomore transfer from King University, 6'2", 190-pound right-hander from Maynardville, Tennessee, general studies major, looking to get into the construction science area. He is the son of Carl and Jane Hansen, brother to Neely, his sister. Hello to Grammy and Aunt Betty in Maynardville, also Pap and Mimi in Maynardville. I believe I met a few of them this past fall over at Johnson University. Not sure if they made the trip down here to Birmingham for the opening day start for Eben Hansen, who had a really, really good fall season. 10 games pitched, 19 in the third innings, gave up only 14 hits, had a 1.86 ERA, striking out 24 batters. Pitched his freshman year for King University, the Tornado, and got 15 appearances. 3 of those were starts, but has found his way to the Vol State roster in his sophomore year, and really looking for him to solidify that lead spot out of the 3 starting position pitchers for conference play, as I believe the rotation for tomorrow will be Jack McLaury in the first game and Parker White in game 2. Couple of experienced players there. Jack McLaury back for his second year, right-hander, and Parker White, redshirt sophomore, who got 14 innings last year, but then had to sit the remainder of the year, as we are about set. First pitch coming in from John Henry Winstead is inside to Drew Plummer. We are underway a little bit early, 12:58 Central Time. Game time temperature 64 degrees as Plum looks at a slider on the outside corner for strike 1. Ball and a strike. Plum grounds one foul down the left side. Drew redshirted his freshman year. Played a number of games last year as a utility player. 5'11", 170 pounds. Ground ball up the middle, be fielded by Barnes, and the throw over to first base is in time to retire Drew Plummer for the first out. Hello to his family, Bobby Plummer in Spring Hill, Stacy in Thompson Station, Poppy and Nana in Franklin, as Devin Thrain steps to the plate. Thrain looks at the ball low and outside. Thrain pops one up to the right side. It might be playable. Comes over toward the Vol State dugout and will land inside the dugout. No play for Silas Amick, the first baseman, or catcher Jack Revis. Thrain came to Vol State 2 years ago and is a two-way player. Pitched a little bit in his freshman year, ended up having to have a couple surgeries, and is now a full-time position player, 6 foot, 185 pounds from Thompson Station. Swings and misses at a slider. Exercise science major, planning to graduate in May. Son of Patrick and Michelle Thrain. Hello to Nani and Grammy and Grandpa in Massachusetts. Ground ball to short, 3 hops. Gloved by Nunley, and his throw is chest high to Amick at first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Couple ground outs, 2 infielders. And now freshman Easton Denning for his first collegiate at-bat in a game that matters. Power hitting first baseman. And a very, very good fall for the Pioneers. Looks at the first pitch. Little wrinkle on that one. Popped in and out of the mitt of Jack Revis. Denning 6'3", 215 pounds from McMinnville, Tennessee. Played high school baseball at Warren County High School, a biology major. Maybe a changeup down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Easton, the son of Terry and Sierra Denning, brother to Ruby, Willa, and Lawson. His grandparents in McMinnville. So he swings and fouls that one off. Pappy and Nani, Papa and Grana in McMinnville, and Stacy and Gigi in Dunlap, Tennessee. 21 games this past fall. He hit .365, drove in 16 runs, 5 doubles, 3 home runs. Just outside. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. John Henry Winstead trying to get through the top of the first unscathed. Retired Plummer on a ground out to second. Thrain a ground out to short. Off the handle, that's fisted out to right center field, and that will drop in there for the first hit of the 2025 season, and the first hit in college for Easton Denning. Last year's first hit provided by Walker Strange, now playing with Roane State Community College. But in the scorebook, looks like a screaming line drive for the freshman out of McMinnville. That brings up Gage Hoover, Mr. Baseball from Stewart's Creek High School in 2023. Gage swings at the first ball. He sees a couple hops down to third base, and a nice play by Evans to retire Hoover, who swings at the first pitch. That will retire the side, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We will go to the bottom of the first inning. No score. First look at Eben Hansen in the Road Grays when we return on the Vol State Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now, Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers. If you're pursuing the CIT program at Vol State, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At Vol State, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at Vol State are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. If you desire to make a difference in your community, visit volstate.edu.
Eben Hansen on the mound for the Pioneers to face leadoff batter Marcus Rouse. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it at the plate. Rouse, a freshman transfer from Jacksonville State University, former home of pitching coach Trevor Mutzi for the Pioneers. Pops that one up at J.C. Menendez, doesn't see it, and it lands in the field of play. I'm not sure if J.C. would have been able to get back there in time to get it, but he apparently was unaware of where that was going to land. Rouse in the first 2 games is 1 for 6. Looks at first pitch out of the zone from Eben Hansen. Appreciate the hospitality here at Lawson State for me to be able to set up inside the press box. Low and away. 400 feet to dead center field, 330 down the lines. 375 in the alleys. Perfectly symmetrical outfield fence. Just maybe a little bit high there. I'm not sure. Didn't look outside, but we got a full count Ministries, full count. The first batter at the bottom of the first inning. Hansen pitching from the stretch. Comes set and delivers. There's a ground ball to the right side. Drew Plummer stays down on it. Sidearm toss over to Easton Denning for out number 1. So both leadoff batters ground out to second for their respective clubs. It'll bring up Isaiah Sims, the left fielder. Redshirt sophomore from Pinson Valley High School, another transfer from Coastal East Community College. Sims looking for his first hit of the year. 0 for 4 in the first 2 games. Looks at a ball outside. 64 degrees at game time. Game time temperature brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. Thanks to Mike and Angie Hoover, Gage Hoover's parents, for their support of Vol State baseball. Shot foul down the left field line. Scoreboard shows 1 ball, 1 strike. I got 2-1, and the umpire says 2-1 as well. Hanson delivers bit high. Goes to 3-1. 2 batters in a row that he's got to 3 balls in the count. Popped up out to left center field over his Thrain. He loses his lid. He's still going back, and he makes the catch. Over the right shoulder with the left, the glove on the left hand. Left-handed thrower, right-handed batter. And Sims gives it a ride, but a lot of area out there in the outfield. Sims still looking for his first hit as Bryson Barnes steps to the plate. 2 for 5 in the first 2 games. First pitch he sees goes to the backstop. Gage Hoover in left, Devin Thrain at center, Reed Mashinsky in right, Hudson Blank at third, Tucker Lorenz at short, Drew Plummer at second, Easton Denning at first, J.C. Menendez behind the plate. Tapper foul. Check with my compatriots up here in the press box. I assume that is the head coach. That is the third base coach. Is that correct? Ty Roberts at third and Wes Riley at first are your coaches. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Barnes, a sophomore from Gardendale High School. Don't know Birmingham that well, but I'm thinking it's not too far away. Line drive, and just as in the first inning, the 3-hole hitter gets the first hit of the ball game for each team. Base hit into left for Barnes. He's now 3 for 6. So first hit given up by Eben Hansen is a solid line drive between short and third. Putting a runner at first base with Silas Amick, the first baseman, stepping to the plate. Silas, a redshirt freshman, is the throw over to first. Drives Barnes back. Silas Amick is from Hueytown High School. I have high schools in previous schools. So there's a ground ball to Blank. He's going to go the short way, and his throw is high over the head of Plummer into right field. Hudson had too much time to think about that one, I guess. And that will be a fielder's choice and an error on Hudson Blank on the throw. Runners will be at first and third as Amick reaches. He's down at first base. So an E5 allows Amick to reach and Barnes to get to third base. Pioneers still have a chance to get out of it with 2 outs, 2 on. Will Elrod, the DH, stepping to the plate. Slider misses away. transfer from Shelton State Community College. 1 ball, 1 strike from Oak Grove High School, redshirt sophomore. Played in the first 2 games. He went 0 for 5. Another fastball. That's what's outside as Hanson yanks it glove side. Nice play by JC behind the plate to keep that one in front. So Hammock's at first, Barnes at third. Hanson looks like he's trying to step on a fastball there and leaving it high. 3 balls and a strike, 2 outs, 2 on, bottom of the first inning. Thanks for joining us on the Vol State Sports Network. Slider driven out to center field again. Devin Thrain coasting and will make another catch over the shoulder. This time his lid stays on his head. Told him he probably needed to get a couple bobby pins, keep that thing on, but makes the catch for out number 3 as Hanson pitches around the 2-out single and error. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. We are through 1. We are scheduled for 9 innings here at Lawson State Community College. This is Tim Reese, and you're watching and listening to the Vol State Sports Network.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota of Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
If you've watched some basketball games this year on the Vol State Sports Network, you've probably seen that commercial a time or two. It's been played a good bit on the Vol State Sports Network in basketball. It's the first time right there. We've got it played on baseball. It's the first pitch swinging. Hudson Blank flies one down the right field line. A diving attempt outside of your view by Marcus Rouse, just off the end of the glove. Very nice attempt there on the other side of the pitching mounds down in the Vol State bullpen area. A lot of room in foul territory, at least until you get to the bullpen mound. Then it shrinks down a little bit. Hudson Blank swings at the first pitch that he sees as a collegiate player. Swings at the second one, grounds one to the right side, and the 2 freshmen in the top 5 of the lineup have base hits as first career knock for Hudson Blank. Blank, the freshman out of Illinois, 6'2", 185 from Marissa, Illinois, town named after his mother. Joshua and Marissa Blank are his parents. Isabella, sister and grandparents, Big Ed and Rhoda and Marissa. Scotty Dean steps to the plate. Transfer from Chat State. He swings at the first pitch, lines it to left field. That's going to get down and all the way to the wall. Blank will be held at third base by Jim McGuire, and Pioneers have something going here in the top of the second. Blank swung at the first pitch he saw. Fouled it off, swung at the next pitch, singled into right field, and Scotty Dean picks up the first extra base hit of the season for Vol State, putting runners at second and third. Back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Thanks to folks over at Hit After Hit, Lem Pilkington and his crew. And Reed Mashinsky with the first good opportunity to drive in a run. Corners are in for Mashinsky. He swings at the first pitch as well. Fouls it off the screen to the right side. Mashinsky from Bradenton, Florida. Redshirt sophomore. Played in 6 games last year. 3 hits. There's a ground ball. Couple hoppers. That takes a high hop for the shortstop Nunley, but first run driven in is by Reed Mashinsky on a ground out. And it gives the Pioneers the first run of the year, brought to you by Framework Athletics, the first run of the year, as he gets an RBI ground out. Nice play there by Nunley to get that off the higher hop. There's the ball driven out to right field by Tucker Lorenz, and that's going to get down and plug the gap. Rouse over to cut it off before it gets to the wall. But this inning, somebody must have told these guys, let's swing at the first pitch, as Pioneers now lead 2-0 on another double in the inning and another freshman picking up their first collegiate hit. These guys swinging at the first pitch don't give me an opportunity to talk about them. J.C. Menendez steps in. Lorenz, a freshman out of Loudon, Tennessee, Sweetwater High School, son of Jeremy and Emily Lorenz. 2-0, Vol State leads. J.C. with his first collegiate at-bat in the spring, pops one up to the right side. That'll be caught by second baseman Bryson Barnes. Out number 2. So Blank, who led off with the single, and Scotty Dean, who doubled. Both have come in to score. Lorenz stays at second base, and that brings up Drew Plummer for the second time in the ball game. He grounded out to second and nearly got hit right in the bean. That fastball, I believe, went behind his head. He ducked down, but maybe ducked a little bit toward the plate, and that kept his dome free and clear there. 3 hits in the inning for Vol State, leading 2-0. There's a foul ball straight back, so 4 hits for the game. For the Pioneers, a year ago, a 7-2 loss against Vincennes at home. Nearly a year ago, collected 1 hit in the ball game. That was Walker Strange. Got their first hit of the year. Easton Denning with a base hit, and now have 3 in the inning. Winstead maybe squeezed a little bit there. That pitch looked like it was definitely over the plate, but can't see height from back here as well. Can see in and out, but I won't criticize on whether it's too high or too low. There's a slider. That's going to get over the plate for a called strike. Plum looked like he might have been fooled on that one. Plummer played in 28 games a year ago, started 21 of them, hit .239, 3 doubles, a home run, 10 RBIs. Played mostly second base, can play short, get behind the plate, swings and lines one down the right field line. That will land right in front of the tarp down the right field line. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, a runner at second, and 2 runs in for the Pioneers. Still looking for that foul ball sponsor this year. So if you have a business, want to support the Vol State baseball team, is a turnaround throw back to second base by Winstead. For foul ball sponsor, strikeout sponsor still. I've got some possibilities out there, but I'll put my email address up here after this half inning, and you can send me an email and let me know if you're interested. Talk some details. 2-2 pitch. That's again behind Plummer's back. Nice play by Jack Revis, the catcher. keep that one from the backstop. And we'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Stay tuned. After the game, we'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Already picked out a good one for our first broadcast of the year. Thanks to Full Count Ministries for a lot of the equipment that I use here on the road games. As my chief engineer back at Vol State, A.J. Fawson, has got good equipment back at the home base. Inside pitch just misses. Plum takes ball 4 and reaches first base with 2 outs. First walk of the game by Winstead as he goes full count breaking pitch. Lands just inside. That'll bring up Devin Thrain. Thrain led the team in the fall in extra base hits. He had 10 of them. First pitch he sees is low and away. Devin was a medical red shirt last year, but in the fall, coming back as a position player, 43 at-bats, collected 15 hits, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. He's looking at a 2-ball, no-strike count. Here with runners at first and second, 2 out, 2 in the top of the second. The Lawson State Cougars and the Volunteer State Pioneers. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Thrain grounded out to short in the first inning, batting for the second time here in the top of the second. Pops that one up, that'll get out of play. Straight behind the press box back there by the, hopefully it didn't hit our team bus. Metro Livery is who will be carting the Vol State baseball team around this spring. I will hopefully have most of the broadcast right here on the Vol State Sports Network. 2-2 pitch again. Thrain drives one into right field. That'll get down for a base hit, hard hit ball. They're going to send the runner. Rouse's throws to the plate, just up to the right side, and Lorenz able to get that front toe of the spike under the tag. That was a close play. Could have gone either way. And another run scores and an RBI to Devin Thrain. Runners now at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line. Netting and padding. All kinds of stuff provided by Line to Line. They are our runners at the corner sponsor. Stephen Dodson and his crew saw them at the TBCA conference last Saturday. Bill Marbett. So Thrain now over at third. Thrain at first. Plummer is at third. There's a ground ball. That gets under the glove of the first baseman in the right field. Denning is 2 for 2. Thrain trying to get to third. And he will be in there safely. Ball State with another run and an RBI, the first of his collegiate career. Easton Denning, 2 for 2 in 2 innings, brings up Gage Hoover, the 9th batter, to come to the plate, and that will bring head coach, is that head coach out to chat with John Henry Winstead, as he has run into some barrels off the bats of the Pioneers here in the second inning. Just joining, I'll recap it as Hudson Blank led off the inning with a single to right field. Scotty Dean doubled down the left field line, putting runners at second and third. Reed Mashinsky grounded out, drove in Blank. Dean went to third, and he scored on Tucker Lorenz's double to the right center field gap. After a pop out, Drew Plummer walked. Devin Thrain single to right. Easton Denning single to right. Both RBI singles. As Vol State now leads 4-0. 2 outs, and Gage Hoover steps to the plate. Hoover thought about swinging at the first pitch. Been seeing all kinds of success from his teammates swinging at that first pitch. Laid off, and pitch called a strike. Probably would have jammed him. Looked like it was riding back in to his hands. Winstead checks the runners and delivers. Slider outside. Hoover, 6'1", 215-pound sophomore from Smyrna, Tennessee. General Studies major. He also is looking to get into construction and concrete management. Hello to Pap and Grandma Homer up in Pittsburgh. Also Pap and Grandma Hopper in Pittsburgh. I believe that Gage told me the other day that Grandma Homer is the biggest supporter on the Vol State Sports Network up in the Steel City. Gage appeared in 18 games last year, hit 289, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run, 12 RBIs. Looking to drive in one here, nearly gets some chin music there, backs away, and the count goes 3 balls and a strike. Gage, the son of Mike and Angie Hoover, and has a younger brother, Michael. Two outs, 4 runs in. That's a nice pitch. Hoover started the walk-off, thinking that was strike 3, but we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Runner at first, Easton Denning, will be off with the pitch. Runners at first and third. Runner goes, and the slider is going to catch that outside corner, and Hoover was a bit prophetic on strike 2. He will strike out looking. First strikeout of the ball game for Winstead. But the Pioneers send 9 to the plate, score 4 runs, all earned on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Vol State hits. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the second. Pioneers lead 4-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network.
I took business management because I want to have my own business one day.
It was time for me to take that step and enroll in Vol State.
When a student comes to Vol State, they can leave here with knowledge that applies to all aspects of business.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
Vol State is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. Vol State CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose Vol State because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away.
Move to the bottom of the second inning. Hanson now with a 4-run lead. Swing and a miss. A leadoff batter, center fielder Jesus Oseki, center fielder. It's another breaking pitch. This one's low and outside. Oseki 1 for 4 in the first 2 games. Has an RBI as well. Catches the inside corner at the knees for strike 2. Oseki, Jack Revis, Elijah Evans scheduled for the Cougars here in the second inning. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Not keeping up with pitches, but Hanson, his pitch count per batter is not where you would like it, especially early in the season. There's a swing and a miss. There's the first strikeout of the year for Eben Hanson. That'll bring up catcher Jack Revis. Doesn't have height and weight on my roster either, but I'm going to guess he can't be any more than 6 foot tall. Is that accurate, you think? Get a yes shake here. Freshman from Pike Road High School. I bet that's in Pike Road, Alabama. The home of Carson Howard, right-handed pitcher for University of North Alabama and 3-year player for the Full Count Rhythm in the Summer Collegiate League that I broadcast baseball. Broadcast in the Ohio Valley League as well as the Prospect League last year, going back to the Ohio Valley League. 1-2 pitch. It's fouled straight back. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Trish and Rick Howard. They're not listening to this broadcast, but they've listened to a lot of Full Count Rhythm broadcasts. So I just like to say Pack Road, Alabama. 1-2 pitch. Hanson coming from the stretch. Very close. Stance gets another swing and a miss. First 2 retired via the swinging strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. We don't have a sponsor for that either. Again, if you got a business, you want to put a sign on the wall out at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex and be one of our specialty sponsors. I didn't put my email address up, did I? Let's do that now. treesports@gmail.com. You can send me an email, get a shout out on the air. Try to check those. There's a nice slider on the inside corner. Taken by Elijah Evans. 2 balls and a strike to Evans, who is 1 for 5 in the first 2 games. Swings and misses. Hanson got that breaking pitch going here in the 2nd inning. Evans, a freshman from Bessemer Academy High School. Popped up on the right side. It's playable. Easton Denning with his hand up, trying to shield the sun, and is able to make the catch just in fair territory. May have just been out of your view, but not by much if it was. And a 1-2-3 inning for Eben. Not Evan, but Eben Hanson. I got that information last fall. I don't know that I remember it on the where Eben came from, but it's a family name. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We are headed to the 3rd, scheduled for 9 innings here in the opener for the Pioneers. 4-0 lead. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network.
Man, thanks to that ball and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
We're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever. Wow.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Gonna have to get shorter versions of these Toyota Gallatin commercials. Is Hudson Blank, who led off the 2nd, leading off here in the 3rd as well. Grounds 1 just on the line. Nice play down there by Evans. pick it and throw Hudson out. Out number 1. Blank singled and scored in the second. Gets Hudson Blank leading off the top of the 3rd inning. Brings up Scotty Dean. First pitch he saw from Winstead in the second. Drove it down the left field line as Isaiah Sims, the left fielder, looks like he's moved a little bit closer to the line. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Tell you a little bit about Scotty. He's moved a little bit closer to home coming to Vol State from Chat State. He looks at pitch right down the can for strike 2-1, 6'2", 230 pounds. Clarksville, Tennessee is his hometown. Rossview High School. And pitch sails over top of the red helmet that the Pioneers are wearing with their gray tops and bottoms. Son of Wynn and Katie Dean, brother to Carter. Had a really, really good year last year for Chat State, hitting .313. Drives one foul off to the right side. We'll have another full count, Ministries full count. 47 games, started 39 for the Tigers of Chattanooga State. 40 hits, including 8 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, 37 RBIs. Reached base at a .483 clip. 3-2 pitch is outside, and he reaches bases here via the walk. Has a good eye at the plate. He had 34 of those a year ago as well. I'll bring up Reed Mashinsky. Mashinsky grounded out, drove in the first run of the ball game in the first run of the year. Framework Athletics, first run of the game. Followed that up, teammates did, with 3 more. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off to the right side and out of play. There is action in the Cougar bullpen. Kyle, don't call me David Klein, redshirt sophomore, getting loose. Just in case Winstead runs into trouble here. There's a ground ball to third. Evans over to second for 1, on to first, and they double up Mashinsky, who runs well. A little bit of a loopy throw by Evans at second, but a nice turn by Barnes at the bag will retire the Pioneers as the 1-out walk is erased on the 5-4-3 double play. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Take a break from the commercials and just take a look at Patch for a little while. We'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. Bottom of the third, 9-1-2 to face Eben Hansen. Hansen's first pitch wrinkled just a little down, I think. For ball 1 to shortstop Cam Nunley. Nunley, a sophomore from, I'm going to go with Helena High School. Grounds 1, fair down the third base line by by the diving Hudson Blank. Gage Hoover's going to pick it out of there and get it back into third base. And a leadoff double by Nunley as the Cougars optimistic here in the third inning. Nunley's first hit of the year. He's went 0 for 4 in the 2-game set against Marion Military. Second hit of the ball game for Lawson State. Brings up Marcus Rouse, who grounded out to second in his first at-bat. Leadoff batter. See what he's does not swing at the first pitch, and it's outside. So Hanson had a little bit of trouble in the first inning after a single and an error. Put runners at first and third as Rouse swings and misses. On deck, Isaiah Sims. Rouse, the right fielder for Lawson State, almost made a spectacular play on a foul line drive down the right field line. Could not get it into the glove. Swings and misses there. It was on a Hudson Blank's first at-bat. Blank then started the 4-run rally after Rouse came up short. Fastball misses up. Hanson has the sign. Looking back at second, Tucker Lorenz right behind the runner. And that's going to catch that outside corner. I thought maybe Menendez might have popped out of that crouch just a little bit too early, but umpire saw enough of the pitch in the plate, and he rings up Marcus Rouse. Third strikeout of the ball game for Hanson. First out of the inning. Rouse now 0 for 2. Isaiah Sims steps to the plate. He hit one to relatively deep left center field that was tracked down by Devin Thrain. Looks at the first pitch there, and Menendez snapped that one like I think he thought he had a called strike. But no, says our home plate umpire. And Sims is going to get hit with a pitch. Getting a phone call from Cam Hodges. Cam, I can't answer your phone right now, buddy. You must not know that we're live on the Vol State Sports Network. Cam Hodges injured right after the fall season ended from Sevier County. I have to text him after this half inning and let him know we're live on the broadcast. But hate not having him here. This would be his redshirt sophomore year. But he had ACL surgery right around Thanksgiving, and he'd be out for the year anyway, and he chose not to try to come back for a fourth year. I don't blame you, Cam Hodges. 0-1 pitch gets in there for a called strike, and Bryson Barnes, who singled to left in his first plate appearance, shook his head and agreed with the home plate umpire's call. Pioneers looking for a ground ball to a middle infielder right here. See if they can turn two and get out of the inning. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. They won't need the double play as Hanson picks up his fourth K of the ball game. 2 in the second, 2 here in the third. That brings up Silas Amick. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. Slider is up. Troy and Shannon Prairie watching from Clarksville, Tennessee. Hanson's going to go ahead and throw back to second. I don't believe that rule has changed. If he doesn't throw, then that is called a disengagement, and you get one of those per batter. If you throw it, you can do it all day long. Hello to Troy and Shannon. There's a line drive in the left field. That's going to get down, and that's going to produce runs. Hoover digs it out, but Cam Neely, who's been standing down at second base a long time after a leadoff double, ends up coming in to score. And Lawson State gets on the board, a 2-out single by Amick. Drives in the first run of the ball game. Sims moves over to third on the play. Brody Prairie, one of my 11 players that I meet with once a week for a little 1-hour Bible study. And tell you that young man knows some Bible stories now. Fouled straight back. Two hits in the inning and a hit batter. Produced 1 run so far for Lawson State. Will Elrod, DH, flew out to center field to end the first, standing in with the runners at the corners. So our balls and strikes not working up? No. What happened? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. 1-1. Another foul ball to the screen. That goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jesus Masecki, the on-deck batter, will retrieve that pearl. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. And down goes Elrod as Hanson strikes out the side, but gives up a double, a hit batter, and a single. That gives Lawson State their first run. 1 run. It was earned on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are a third of the way through this contest. Doubleheader tomorrow, beginning at 11 a.m. We will carry that as long as our internet holds out right here on this Vol State Sports Network. Again, thanks to the Prairies who sent in an email to treesports@gmail.com address. You can do the same. It doesn't matter. You can be supporting Vol State. I'll even call out your name if you're Lawson State supporters. I just appreciate people listening in. There's about 60 plus of you doing that here this afternoon. Beautiful sunny day here in Birmingham, Alabama. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Squaring around to bunt. Tucker Lorenz trying to get his second hit, but off the mound is John Henry Winstead to snatch that attempted bunt base hit and throws out Tucker Lorenz, who doubled, drove in a run in the second. Nice try there by Lorenz. Brings up J.C. Menendez, number 9 hole hitter for the Pioneers. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Cam Hodge listening in over in East Tennessee. Former teammate J.C. Menendez fouls another one off. Now goes 0-2. the redshirt freshman from Miami. That's in Florida. Slider is going to ring him up as home plate umpire had to think about that one for a half a second. JC 5'11", 200-pound redshirt freshman from Immaculate LaSalle High School. 2 outs brings up Drew Plummer. Second strikeout of the ball game for Winstead. JC is an accounting major, the son of Ozzie and Ileana Menendez, as Plum grounds over to shortstop. And the Lawson State infield has been solid so far. That was 3 quick outs there for John Henry Winstead, looking to try to stay in this ball game. Had a rough second inning, giving up 4 runs. 9 batters came to the plate. Plummer now 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Batted 3 times in 4 innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Do want to say hello to Cam Hodges. Again, one of the most popular players on the team. He's with the Pioneers for 2.5 years. And everybody loves Cam Hodges. And I know the Full Count 242 group sure does miss Cam. And but hope you're doing well. Glad you're listening in here on the Vol State Sports Network. Let's say thank you to some more sponsors. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas, formerly known as Sumner Regional Medical Center. They're a big sponsor of Vol State Athletics. Also the Rock Place, owned by Lee Marbott. Lee played for Jim McGuire over at MTSU in the late 90s. They've donated all kinds of field supplies for Pioneer Field, as well as the Curbing Edge. Troy and Stacy Harper, the owners. Troy also a former player of Coach McGuire at MTSU, as is Tommy Decker from Hendersonville. He's an assistant vice president loan officer at Wilson Bank and Trust. Thanks to the Rock Place, the Curbing Edge, and Wilson Bank and Trust. They have signs on the outfield wall there. You can see them Friday, first home game on Friday, doubleheader against Glen Oaks Community College. So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hanson still on the mound for Vol State. First pitch swinging, popping up. Mosecki out the left field. Hoover over and just into the shaded area in left field. Makes the catch for out number 1. Mosecki now 0 for 2. Struck out in the second and flies out here to begin the 4th inning. Looks like there's some stirring in the Vol State bullpen. Question as to whether Hanson will go 4 or maybe 5 innings as the breaking pitch gets over for strike 1 to Jack Revis. Paul White's also out there listening on the Vol State Sports Network, father of Parker White. Scheduled starter for game 2 of the doubleheader tomorrow up in Huntsville, Alabama. He'll be here tomorrow. He's a super fan. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Hanson, 5 strikeouts in the game, 1 hit batter. Giving up 3 hits in a run so far in his 4 1/3 innings. That's going to be strike 3 on the outside corner. And another backward K in the book. Paul White's got the back line to the broadcast. That'd be my cell phone number. Slow roller to short. Lorenz bobbles, picks it, glove, throws over to first base, and Denning with the nice stretch to just get Elijah Evans at the bag for another 1-2-3 inning for Eben Hanson and Vol State. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We are now through 4 innings. Ball State still leads 4-1. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep it right here for a second, as I believe that's the head coach, Ty Roberts, wants to check to see if Denning kept his foot on the base. That actually is a pretty good question. You could go back on the broadcast, zoom in and see if he did. Let's see if we can do that. Looks like he kept it on there, but I might have a bit of a biased view. Let me take a break. I'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. Welcome back. We're in Birmingham, Alabama at Lawsone State Community College. Pioneers in their opening game of the 2025 season lead 4-1 over the Cougars. Devin Thrain, Easton Denning, Gage Hoover to face John Henry Winstead as D. Train looks at the first pitch inside. Thrain swings, hard ground ball to short. Nunley stays down. Gloves, strong throw over to first base to retire Thrain, who's 1 for 3. A couple ground outs to shortstop, had a base hit and an RBI into right field in the 4-run second. 5 straight retired by Winstead. Has not retired Easton Denning yet, though. A freshman from McMinnville, Tennessee, 2 for 2. So maybe a change up there, disappeared down about his feet. Tall left-handed hitter, first baseman for Pioneers, swings and fouls that one. Get into the stands and just over the seating area here. A nice set of fixed seating bleachers all around. There are seats right in front of the press box too, right? Yeah. Got my crew up here, Cannon and Alex, and a third member whose name I didn't get yet has snuck in on me. I got a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch, a little bit high, goes to 2-2. On deck, Gage Hoover. He looks, the third member up here, though, looks like he's probably rooting for the Cougars, wearing a Lawsone State hat. 2-2 pitch fouled on the first base line. All right, live while we're on YouTube. What's your name? Andrew? Andrew's got a last name. Juarez? J-U-E-Z. Juez. Swing, and just got a tip of that one. All right, I see you on this roster from Tampa, Florida. That's what it says, Tampa, Florida. Andrew Juez. It's not right. You know what? That's not the first thing on this roster that I was given that's not right. You know, you could help your coach out and fix this. I could tell you how to do it. 2-2 pitch, 1 out, nobody on to Easton Denning. Pops that one up to left field. Isaiah Sims over a few steps. He's going to get under it and retire. Denning for the first time in his collegiate career. He's now 2 for 3. Andrew Wes, where are you from? Oh, okay. So we're in the right state. He's from Miami. Cannon Robertson, Cleburne County High School. Gage Hoover looks at ball 1. Where is Cleburne County High School? What's the name of the city?
I'm sure you've heard of Oxford, I don't know.
Called Strike. Oxford, I've heard of Oxford, Mississippi, not Oxford, Alabama. Oh, Oxford, Alabama. They got that big Chocolaga Park or something like that. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike to Hoover, looking for his first hit. 1-2 pitch now coming up.
15 minutes.
Winstead sails that one high. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Alex King. It says you are from Gulf Shores, Alabama.
That's the other Alex.
That's the other what?
That's the other Alex from Gulf Shores. There's 2 of us.
Really? Wow. 2 Alexes from, oh, that's right. I got Alex Rippey. Believe it or not, he's from Gulf Shores as well, as is Robert Beck, it says. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Hoover down on strikes for the second time, this time swinging. Is the 3rd strikeout for Winstead. He's gotten Hoover twice. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Cougars. As we will go to the bottom of the 5th. 4-1 is still the score. And this is where we have our alumni spotlight between the 5th inning. We're going to try to do that every year. It's brought to you by Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone. My buddy Randy West, one of the owners over at Alley Cassidy, and they donated a pallet of brick pavers for our alumni patio. As Noah Eatman, former right-hander from another Floridian from down in Parrish, Florida, just outside of Bradenton, playing now at Kaiser University, right-hander, and I'm sure they're playing today. I don't think he got into the first 2 games, but he's down in West Palm Beach, Florida. And I think we've got, can't remember now if we've got a Noah Eatman brick out there at the brick patio at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex or not. But if you have a sophomore or player who's finishing up their career at Vol State and you would like to donate $100 to the Vol State baseball program, we'll put your player's name, the years they played, and the position they played. Get that put into the alumni patio. I will do it personally, as a matter of fact. Put in one for old Caden Johnson, who tomorrow, or actually maybe Tuesday if we'll be down, will be our alumni spotlight. Swing and a miss as Hanson gets ahead 0-2 to Cam Nunley, who doubled and scored in the 3rd. So you can send the email to treesesports@gmail.com and let me know that you're interested. Maybe grandparents want to honor their grandson with the alumni brick. It's just $100, and I'll get you all the information you need to get that accomplished. Love to have full participation from all the sophomores coming through. I know we need to get, I think we need to get Cam Hodges sending one in as a strike called, apparently a little bit at the upper portion of the strike zone. At least that's, I believe, what Cam Nunley thought. And a backward K in the book. 7th strikeout of the ball game for Eben Hansen. Now back to the top of the lineup. Marcus Rouse is 0 for 2 and is also a strikeout victim in the 3rd. Stands in the leadoff batter for Lawson State. Breaking pitch called strike. I want to thank again Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone for their support of Vol State baseball. Swing and a miss Hanson took a little bit more off the breaking pitch. He is ahead in the count, 0-2. Mendez snatches that slider outside. No subs in the game yet for the Pioneers. I'd love to have me a Jersey Mike sub right after the ball game. Fastball up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're also sponsors located right across the street from Vol State's eastern entrance at 940 Memory Lane. Every time I'm around that way, I get me a number 9 regular on wheat. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8, and again, back-to-back Ks for Eben Hansen. Looking strong. Right-hander warming in the bullpen. I'll get his number here in just a minute as Isaiah Sims steps to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Hansen pitching from the stretch. Spikes a breaking pitch in the dirt. Got a right-hander warming, and I believe that is Max Castle. Sophomore from Clarksville, Tennessee. Swing and a fly ball out to left field. That's going to be a diving or sliding catch by Gage Hoover, as that was not on the barrel. It was almost a miss-hit off the bat of Sims, but Gage Hoover comes in and makes the catch, sliding on his left leg to make an ending catch, a 1-2-3 inning. Put a yellow star by that one, as Gage Hoover gets the Pioneers out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. We'll see if that's the end of the ball game for Eben Hansen, or he's going to come out for the 6th. But after 5 complete, Vol State leads 4-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Top of the 6th we go. Got a new pitcher on the mound for the Cougars. Number 2 right-hander Kyle, don't call me David Klein, a redshirt sophomore from Gadsden City High School. I'm assuming that's in Gadsden, Alabama. That's the home of Mimi. It's the first pitch that Blank sees. He watches it sail by on the outside corner for a called strike. He is 1 for 2. Scored the first run of the year. Ooh, there's another. When you take that long, from an umpire standpoint, it looks to me like you're flipping a coin back there. Is that a strike or is that a ball? It came up heads, and that must mean strike in this contest. 0-2 pitch to Blank. Sidearm delivery, misses low and away. Winstead went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, walked 2, struck out 3. Right now on the hook for the loss. If Lawson State can't claw their way back, Blank with a 2-ball, 2-strike count leading off the 6th. Just inside that little slider breaking pitch from Klein did not come around, and we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Blank 6'2", 175 pounds. Played high school baseball in Merritt Island, Florida. I think the last 2 years. Gets one out to center field, but I think it's going to stay up long enough for Jesus Maseki to snag, and he does for out number 1. So a soft line out to center field. Blank now 1 for 3. Brings up Scotty Dean. He's been on base both times he's come to the plate. Doubled in the second and scored. Walked in the third. Was erased on a 5-4-3 double play by Mashinsky. Swings through a breaking pitch there. Klein appeared in 1 game already this year. 4 innings pitched, gave up 2 hits. Struck out 2 and walked 1. Fastball with a little tail on it into the hands of Dean. Scotty, the DH today, can get behind the plate, can play a little first base. An excellent hitter. Saw breaking pitch he liked there, but just got it underneath it. Fouls it out of play. Rossview High School, the Hawks. I think there's 9. That hits him in the wrist, looked like, as he started to go, but as they're going to say he did not go on the swing, and I think that's correct call by the base umpire. First, I thought maybe it hit off the knob of the bat, but apparently it caught Scotty in the hand somewhere. So he has been on base each of the 3 times he's come to the plate. Reed Mashinsky, a couple ground balls in the infield. First one produced a run, the second one produced 2 outs. Swings and misses at that offering. Hopefully Reed has a mindset right now of thinking driving the ball in the outfield and not of, oh, don't let me hit a ground ball. Throw over to first base. Dean head first back in there safely. Pioneer scored all 4 of their runs in the second. Foul tip into the glove. Mashinsky probably happy he didn't hit that one because that wasn't going to go very far. Don't expect Dean to be running at all. He drives that one out to center field. Will it stay up? No, it'll fall in front of Maseki in center field, and Mashinsky picks up his first hit of the 2025 season. And runners now at first and second. Mashinsky now 1 for 3. That'll bring Tucker Lorenz to the plate. Freshman shortstop from Sweetwater, Tennessee. Wearing my favorite number, number 11, 5'11", 160. Bats left, throws right. Right now taking a spot that, if healthy, Brady Nepper probably would be in. Looks at a pitch right down the can for a called strike. Nepper, a little bit of an upper body injury. I'm not sure when he'll be able to get back in the lineup. Sophomore from Greenbrier High School, transfer from Cumberland University. But Lorenz with a double to right center field in his first collegiate at bat. Pops one down the left field line. That could fall as well, and it will, right in front of Sims. So a bloop single has the bases loaded for Vol State with 1 out. Lorenz now 2 for 3. Just joining us earlier, gave the dimensions here at the baseball field. 400 to dead center, 330 down the lines, and 375 in the alleys. That's really on average, it's a pretty good sized field. You won't see too many that have more area to cover. So outfielders playing in their regular areas or maybe a couple steps back. Those balls are falling in front. It's J.C. Menendez swings and misses the first pitch he sees from Kyle Klein. Pitch misses. I got 1 ball, 1 strike. Pioneers have 8 hits, 4 runs. 1-1 pitch. Popped up to the right side. This could drive a run in. Out to right field. Marcus Rouse makes the catch. The throw is not going to be in time. And the Pioneers pick up another run on a sac fly by J.C. Menendez. Scotty Dean, who was hit by a pitch with 1 out, comes in to score his second run of the ball game. That'll be 5-1 score now as Drew Plummer, looking for his first hit of the season, steps to the plate with 2 on, 2 out. Klein got the start against Marion Military. Nice play there by Revis, the catcher. Keep runners at first and second. Not sure if that was the first game or the second game that they played. Which one was that? First game? So he was the first start of the year. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Did hit 2 batters and has hit a batter here today. So he might have the early nickname for the Lawson State Cougars as the Assassin. That's what we used to call a pitcher that we had when I was playing. He'd plunk a few. He didn't mind it. That's a nice pitch right there. Plum looked at that, got his prayer on there and said, please let that one be outside, and home plate umpire agreed. 2 balls and a strike. Plum grounded out in the first, walked and scored in the second, grounded out in the fourth, batting for the 4th time here in the 7th. Swing and a miss. Got an email from Poppy and Nana. Bob and Lynn Plummer listening in up there in Franklin, Tennessee area, Williamson County. 2-2 pitch coming to Drew Plummer. And he's going to take one off the side and walk on down to first base. Second hit batter of the inning. 4th hit batter of the year for Kyle Klein. That loads the bases. Yet again, this time with 2 outs, Devin Thrain, who's 1 for 3, stands in. Another Williamson Countyan, just south of Nashville. Thanks for the email, Mr. Plummer. Look forward to seeing you on Friday. Nice slider there, catches the outside corner for a called strike. Grammy in Maynardville also checking in, one of Eben's grandparents. Swing and a miss. Thrain looked to lift and separate on that swing. Aunt Connie, Uncle, I got SAS cheering on Tucker and Fall State from Loudon as Thrain just barely gets a into the bat on that breaking pitch. The McNabbs, I'm assuming, on the email, but Aunt Connie and Uncle Sass. Unless that's a misspell. If you did, send me another email and I'll correct your name. Fly ball at the right field. It is into the bullpen area. Another diving attempt by Rouse, but he is short of that. Thrain stays alive with count remaining at no balls and 2 strikes. 2 fly ball, foul balls down that right field line that Rouse has laid out for and came up just a little bit shy. You too can join the program with an email to treesports@gmail.com. I said the 7th, we're in the 6th. That's popped up on the right side. Bryson Barnes out in the right field, and he's going to make the catch for out number 3 to retire the side. Pioneers scratch for 1, but leave the bases loaded. 1 run on 2 hits. Those are back-to-back hits by Mashinsky and Lorenz, brought to you by Hit After Hit. And a sacrifice fly by J.C. Menendez drove in Scotty Dean, who was hit by a pitch. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. Vol State leads 5-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. And we've got a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Replacing Eben Hansen is number 36, Max Foot, 175-pound sophomore from Clarksville, Tennessee. He went to Clarksville Academy. He's an accounting major at Vol State. Son of Jeep and Elizabeth Castle, brother to Casey and Caroline, and Harrison, his younger brother, who's committed to play baseball at Columbia State down there for Desi Ammons. His grandparents in North Carolina, grandmummy in Franklin, North Carolina, and Mimi and Papaw in Cullowhee, North Carolina. Last year, 5 appearances, 1 start, 2-0 record, 7 innings pitched, gave up 10 hits, struck out 8 batters in the fall. And in 10 games, 21 strikeouts as Max Castle, our first Jersey Mike sub of the ball game, and his first pitch, breaking pitch, spiked in the dirt to J.C. Menendez for ball 1. He's going to face 3, 4, and 5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Does not get the call there. Not sure where that pitch was. Get you Hansen's line here in just a second. And Castle behind in the count already. 3 balls and no strikes. And Max gets the 3-0 in there for a called strike. Hansen goes 5 innings as we have the CSX train going by out there. Didn't know there was a train track. Now we do. 3-1 pitch is low, and the first walk of the game by Vol State pitching goes to Barnes, leading off the bottom of the 6th. Hansen goes 5 innings, gives up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Not walk a batter, struck out 8. Did hit 1 batter. He leaves after 5 and in line for the victory if Vol State can hold on. Swing and a miss by Amick. Like an off-speed pitch right there. I'm going to have to talk to Max again and find out what he calls that pitch. I'm not sure if that's a split finger that he's throwing. It dives into the right-handed batter. 0-1, drilled off the 60-foot fence netting around down past the dugouts. It keeps pitchers from having to go chase foul balls a lot of times, that high netting. Love seeing that train out there. Reminds me of my father. Throw over to first. Worked for the railroad for 36 years. He didn't drive it, he pushed it from the caboose. Heading the count. Ball pops out of Menendez's glove, but it was over the plate. Must have been a little bit down. Silas Amick, 1 for 2. Fielder's choice in the first. Single and an RBI in the third. Drove that one to the left field line. Nice stop there by Menendez on the breaking pitch. After getting ahead 0-2 to Amick. Castle now with a 2-2 count with a runner at first base. On the stretch, runner goes. Pitch gets by Menendez. Barnes rounding second. He slips between second and third, and he'll head on back, but that will be a stolen base as he was going on the play. You can't assume that the catcher would have thrown him out, so he's awarded the stolen base, so no wild pitch to Castle. And we'll have a full count, Ministries full count to Silas Amick. Couple looks back to second and the pitch. Yeah, he takes something off, swing and a miss. Castle gets his first strikeout of the ball game. Big strikeout there with a runner at second. And that is whatever that pitch is. It's definitely off speed. 1 out, brings up Will Elrod, the DH. He's 0 for 2. Menendez on the ball on the ground, throw over to third, and takes blank off the base. So wild pitch. I guess I ought to put that runner to second. Now let's just put him to third. Menendez did block it, but it went behind the batter, and he couldn't get it quick enough before the aggressive running Barnes moves down to third base. Swing and a miss. Ball's got movement right back into the batter's hands. Elrod flew out in the first, struck out in the third. Fouls that one just over the screen on the right side. Baseball season has begun here on February 1st. Play baseball for one of those northern teams. You're not getting out till mid-February or later February unless you take a trip down south. Fly ball out to center field, shallow center field. Devin Thrain's coming in, makes the catch and the throw. Runner does not come to the plate, and Devin Thrain with a nice shot to the plate. Now 2 out and a runner at third. Elrod 0 for 3. Brings up Jesus Masecki, who's 0 for 2, strikeout and a fly out. Castle trying to get out of the inning unscathed. Walk, stolen base, and a wild pitch has put Barnes at third. Jesus Masecki Drives one down the left field line, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Goes all the way to the wall, and Hoover gets it back into the infield, and a 2-out double by Jesus Masecki drives in the second run of the ball game for Lawson State. He jumped on that pitch, lined it down the left field corner. 2 doubles for Lawson State in their 4 hits. And it's 4-2. Jack Revis, a couple Ks in the book, 1 forward, 1 backward, steps in. That breaking pitch catches the knees. He's the Cougar catcher, so catchers normally hope that they can get the benefit of the doubt on calls from their fellow compadres behind the plate, the home plate umpire. Not always the case. As he swings and misses there. J.C. Menendez, the Ball State catcher, went down looking earlier in the game as well. So you don't always get that call. And that was a close pitch. 0-2 count. Castle ahead now with Elijah Evans on deck, and he's going to get, they want to check. They're going to say no, he didn't go. I thought there was a chance it was on the call, but I think JC may be popping out of that crouch a little bit too quickly and not giving the home plate umpire a chance to flip that coin back there that he's done a couple times. Ball 2 strikes now. Good pitch by Max. Another one of the full count 242 group members. Fly ball out to right center field. Over is Mashinsky. Devin Thrain. It's going to be Mashinsky. It's going to make the catch for out number 3. But each team scores 1 in the 6th inning. I got to get Ball State's correct score up there, don't I? We'll get it up there. It is 5-2. I apologize. I'm running solo here on the broadcast on the road, so all errors, missteps, misspeaks, I'll own. 5-2 is the proper score. Alex has got it up on the scoreboard out here in left field, the ballpark. I agree with it. Take a quick break on the Ball State Sports Network. Welcome back to Lawson State. We move to the top of the 7th. We're scheduled for 9 innings here in this first game of the 3-game series. We'll have a doubleheader tomorrow beginning at 11 a.m. Had some rain here in Birmingham yesterday. Had rain in Gallatin Thursday. This is the first pitch from Klein. Misses low and inside to Easton Denning, up for his 4th time in the ball game. He's 2 for 3. Looks at a pitch on on the outside corner for a called strike. Pioneers 8 hits in the ball game, 2 of them by Denning, 2 also by Tucker Lorenz, both freshmen. It's going to catch the outside corner as well. Denning looking for a pitch to pull if he can. Strong young man. He and Gage Hoover, Carson Sanders tied for 3 home runs apiece in the fall. Easton Denning hit a ball at Pioneer Field that Coach McGuire said it's the farthest ball he had ever seen hit there. 3/4 of the way up the pine trees. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Well, it couldn't hold up on the slider that started in the strike zone, but ended about 2 inches away from his knee. Klein picks up his first strikeout of the ball game. Came in relief of John Henry Winstead, who went 5 innings. Gage Hoover, 0 for 3, stands in from the right side. Need to get Gage untracked as he looks at a fastball inside. Got a ground out and a couple strikeouts, both looking and swinging. Took a little bit off of that breaking pitch. Gets over the outside corner for a called strike. Lawson State 0-2, looking for their first win. Vol State, first game of the year. Swing and a miss by Hoover. Looks like he's just fighting it a little bit. He had the best fall of any hitter for Vol State. Swing and a miss. Hoover down on strikes for the 3rd straight time. Back-to-back Ks for Kyle Klein. Will bring up Hudson Blank with 2 out and nobody on. Blank singled in his first at-bat, scored the first run of the game for the Pioneers. It's grounded out, lined out to center field, 1 for 3. Does not swing at the first pitch. Probably a good decision there. That's a great pitcher's pitch on the outside corner at the hollow of the knees. Swings at that one, pops it up to the right side. It's playable. Amick over and still to the fence, but can't make the play. Does fall in the playing surface, but Amick not able to get over there. It's Lucas Wilburn, first-year assistant or volunteer assistant coach, coaching down at first base. Former Lane College left-handed pitcher and outfielder, joining the Pioneers this year. 0-2 pitch coming to Blank. Another foul ball out of play. Count remains 0-2. On deck, Scotty Dean. Game time temperature was 64. It's now up to 65. There's another hit batter. Please don't have hurt Hudson Blank there. That's got a smart. He is skipping down to first base. And telling you, we've had players in the past that you break a little bone in your hand right there, and that can put you out for several weeks. I sure hope that that is not going to be the case. Hudson Blank is down at first base, but he is in a lot of pain. 3rd hit batter of the ball game by Klein, and he has had issues now in his 2nd appearance of the year with the hit batter. This is his 6th inning of work, so he's gone 5 2/3, and he's hit 5 so far. So here's one that he's hit. Scotty Dean reached on a hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th. Gets that one off the handle and drops it in fair territory down left field line. Blank's going to try to get the third. Head first slide. He is in there safely, and the ball scoots away toward the dugout. Blank's going to score on the hustle from first to third. The throw came in. He and the ball arrived at the bag. Evans could not get his glove on it. And I think Blank's slide caused the baseball to squirt over to the fence. Put another run on the board for the Pioneers. Not an RBI for Scotty Dean, but he does reach base on another hit. He is 2 for 2. On base average of 1,000 4 times he's been on base. So give an error to, it's going to have to be an error on the throw from the left fielder Isaiah Sims. That then scores Blank. That brings up Reed Mashinsky. It's a hard shot to Nunley. It's short. One hop, gloves, and the throw is in time. Another ground out for Mashinsky. He's 1 for 4. Now, but the Pioneers pick up 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. We are the 7th inning stretch. We'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. Max Castle back out for his second inning, and see Hudson Blank giving the baseball to Castle. So Blank able to stay in the game. Hopefully that hit by pitch does not cause a problem for Blank. First pitch to Elijah Evans, the third baseman, is fouled straight back. Evans 0 for 2, pop out in a ground out. Hello to Nene in Loudon, Tennessee. Got to be rooting for Tucker Lorenz. There's a shot in the left field. That's a base hit. Evans subscribed to the theory, if it's high, let it fly. And he got his hands up on that one and laced one into left field for a base knock. It's his first hit of the game. 5th hit of the ball game for Lawson State. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Cam Nunley. Doubled in 2 plate appearances. Castle off-speed pitch misses down. So thanks for listening in, Nene. And didn't see your email quickly enough, Miss Doreen. I assume related in some form or fashion to Trevor Mootsie. Thanks for your email. You were right. I was wrong. It is now 6-2. 2-0 count with the leadoff batter on deck. Squares around a bunt. Gets it down. I believe it hit him in the batter's box, and our base umpire immediately yells foul. If it hits the batter while he's still in the batter's box, it's just a foul ball. If he happens to be out of the batter's box and the ball hits him, he is out. All that happened in front of J.C. Menendez and our home plate umpire, so probably couldn't see that on the broadcast, but base umpire all over that. Breaking pitch right across the plate. That froze Nunley. Picked up his first hit of the year, I believe. That was a double down the left field line. He scored one of the 2 runs. Runner stays at first. Another foul ball at the plate. Nunley stays alive. Ball State scored 4 in the second, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. Lawson State with 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 6th. Castle delivers. Grounded foul. Let's see. Their third base coach, the head coach, Ty Roberts, he tries to make plays and made it that time. Jim McGuire will not make a play on a ground ball. He knows nothing good can happen. It doesn't matter. Well, maybe on a nice soft one like that one, but I haven't seen it, and this is my 4th year with Vol State and the Pioneers, and Jim McGuire, this is his 4th year. And a pitch in the dirt. Evans, he read that right away. I don't think he was going on the pitch, but he read that ball in the dirt. He was off quickly. Full Count Ministries, full count. So another wild pitch for Max Castle, and he's trying to retire the first batter of the inning. Full count, first pitch, foul ball. Off the bat of Nunley. Nine-inning contest today, doubleheader tomorrow beginning at 11 a.m. Full count pitch from Max Castle. Right on the outside part of the batter's box, apparently. That was close. Ball 4, second walk of the game by Castle, and puts runners at first and second. Action in the bullpen as Trevor Mutzi will come out of the first base dugout. First year coach for the Pioneers from Shaw, Mississippi. Recently married last fall during the fall season. Can't believe he and his wife didn't figure out better time than to get married in the middle of the fall season. I mean, there's so much extra time. I'm just kidding. You get married when you want to get married. But I don't know her name. I have to get Trevor to give me his wife's name so we can give a shout out. Lucas Wilburn, I believe, is engaged to be married, the other first-year coach, hitting an outfield defensive coach. So Coach McGuire with new coaches this year after Shane Kemp and Sam Foltz left. We've got a pinch hitter for the Cougars. All right, I can't read that name. Tell me his name. Daniel. I'm not getting what you're saying. Posey from Boaz. Daniel Posey is pinch hitting for Marcus Rouse. First pitch he sees is low and away. Boaz High School. Popped up. JC will come back to the fence, and it will get out of play and hit right off the roof here at the press box. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's see if Daniel Don't Call Me Buster has had a plate appearance yet this year. It does not appear that he has. This is his first at-bat of the season. 1-1 count, nobody out, 2 on, swing and a miss at a breaking pitch. And Castle gets ahead. Freshman catcher, pinch hitting here for Marcus Rouse, so would assume he's not going to head out to right field in the top of the 8th, so we'll have a new right fielder. Castle looking for a punch out here, but instead backhand down the third base line. It gets past the diving Hudson Blank. 1 run's going to score. They're going to hold the runner at third, and there is a RBI double. And a run scored for Posey. And the rally continues. And that will mean the end of the afternoon for Max Castles. Head coach Jim McGuire out to get the baseball. And we'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we return on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Caden Blackford, 6'2", 180-pound red shirt sophomore. He's a right-hander out of White House, Tennessee. Third-year player for the Pioneers. He's a marketing major and the son of Jeff and Kim Blackford, brother to Alexa and Davis, grandson of Pop in Ridgetop and Nana in White House. Appeared in 8 games in the fall. Last spring, 4 games, 1 start. 6 innings pitched. And he is the 3rd pitcher on for the Pioneers here for head coach Jim McGuire and pitching coach Trevor Mutzi. Trying to preserve the lead here, coming in with no outs and runners at 2nd and 3rd for Lawson State. And number 2 hitter in their lineup, Isaiah Sims, checks in at the batter's box. Max Castle leaves with 1 inning of work. He's responsible for the 2 runners on base. That is Cam Nunley and Daniel Posey. Just hit a pinch hit double. Blackford misses low and away on the first pitch he delivers to Sims on deck Bryson Barnes. Castle walked 2, struck out 1, gave up 3 hits so far, has given up 2 runs. Blackford just misses outside and he gets behind in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Sims wearing the number made famous by Jackie Robinson, number 42. Blackford delivers, swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. 2-0 in Blackford. Throws the slow breaking pitch. Infield playing back. Slider in the dirt, blocked by J.C. Menendez. Doing a good job behind the plate. This is his first start of his collegiate career. J.C. redshirted last year, injured part of the year. Lex Lawsone, the returning catcher, is not healthy enough to start. Swing and a miss on another breaking pitch, and we'll have a full count Ministries full count. Again, stay tuned after the game. We'll have the full count Ministries verse of the game, along with the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. I'll thank Toyota of Gallatin for their support of All-State Athletics. Swing and a foul ball will go by the first base coach. Had a bit of a change up on that ground ball, missed it. We'll do the full count again. Evans led off with a single to left. Cam Nunley walked, and then Daniel Posey, pinch hitting for Marcus Rouse, doubled down the third base line. Breaking pitch. Another foul ball off the end of the bat. Blackford working the off-speed pitches here to Isaiah Sims. Nobody out. Outfield playing mostly straight away. Hoover, Thrain, and Mashinsky in the outfield, left to right. Swing and a miss. And Blackford gets the huge strikeout there. That brings up Bryson Barnes, been on base twice. Singled in the first, walked and scored in the sixth. Fairly manufactured that run, except for the double from Jesus Masecki. Another off-speed pitch. Stopped in the dirt by Menendez. J.C. Juan Carlos. I believe that's what that stands for. A happy fella. On the corner at the knees for a called strike. Blackford delivers the fastball in there. Barnes, the number 3 hole hitter, with 2 runners in scoring position, looking to bring Lawson State back. Yanked and just snagged by Menendez to keep that from allowing Lawson State to score a freebie there. Blackford yanked that one. Looked like he tried to step on a fastball there a little bit. Pulled it glove side. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2-1. 1 out. Runners at second and third. Nubbed off the end of the bat. Blackford just going to get the out at first. Another run's going to score. That's a good play there by Caden Blackford, not to worry about trying to get the run, just get the out. Barnes drives in a run on the ground out. Now 2 outs, and Posey over at third. 2 runs have scored in the inning. That brings up Silas Amick, who is 1 for 3. 6-4 is the score. There's a disengagement by Blackford. Grammy and Papaw Potts, Tucker Lorenzo's grandparents in Loudon, also watching and listening on the Vol State Sports Network as Amick gets the call there. I believe is the correct call. That was outside. 1-0 pitch. Sails high and inside. Will Elrod, the DH, scheduled after first baseman Amick. Hudson Blank, Tucker Lorenz on the left side of the infield. Drew Plummer and Easton Denning on the right side. Breaking pitch. It's Winks at the outside corner for a called strike. Thanks to all of you that are sending in emails at treesports@gmail.com. Fouled off the screen, and Blackford a strike away from getting out of the inning. Came in with no outs and runners at second and third. Struck out. Sims got a ground out back to the mound, but not sharply hit enough or directly hit back to Blackford on the mound to try to get the runner out at first. And Blackford's walking off the mound, but tried to nibble at that outside corner. He has thrown 3 pitches in this at-bat on that outside area. He's gotten the call on one of those. I believe it was on a breaking pitch. Full count Ministries, full count to Silas Amick. And that's a pitch that 50% of the time in this game is being called a strike. Not this time. Ball 4 puts Amick at first, but brings up Will Elrod, who's 0 for 3. So runners now at the corners for the Lawson State Cougars. J.C. Menendez will step out in front of the plate to give the defensive sign. I was going to say, I don't want to profile here, but I wasn't thinking that Amick was probably a threat to steal. And darn if they don't put in a new runner, and I'm guessing he is. We got a name for number 51? Wiley Walker. See if we can find him on this roster. I'm going to go with it. Wiley Walker, pinch running. Now runners at first and third. Breaking pitch catches the inside corner. Runners stayed at first. There we go. Freshman out of Grissom High School is Wiley Walker. I'm going to guess this is his first appearance in a collegiate game. Pinch running for Silas Amick. 0-1 pitch, driven down the left field line. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it's a fair ball. 1 run scores. Hoover digs it out. They're going to send the runner, and he's going to score standing up. This game is tied. A 2-run double for Will Elrod, just fair down the left field line. And now the go-ahead run at second base. Will Elrod gets his first hit of the afternoon and his first hit of the year. Brings up Jesus Masecki. 2 outs and a runner at second. 4 runs have come in for Lawson State. Fastball misses outside. So Eben Hansen loses his bid for a win. And now the game is in the hand of Caden Blackford. Fouled over to the on-deck circle. Four runs charged to Max Castle as you close the book on him. He goes an inning, gives up 3 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, walked 2, struck out 1. 1 run, the tying run, charged to Caden Blackford, facing his 5th batter of the inning. Fouled just off the top of the screen. Stays in play by Masecki, the center fielder. He's 1 for 3, doubled in his last at bat in the 6th, drove in a run. So now each team has scored 4 in an inning and 1 in each of 2 innings. Each team 6 runs. 1-2 pitch coming to Masecki. Low and away. On deck, catcher Jack Revis. 4 runs in the inning for Lawson State on 3 hits. 2 walks have come in to score. Just missed there. Another full count. Action in the bullpen. It's a left-hander down there. Turned around right as I was looking. Fly ball to right center field. This should be easy play for Reed Mashinsky, and he's going to make the one-handed grab for out number 3. 8 come to the plate for Lawson State. 9 of them touch home plate in a meaningful way and score runs. 4 runs, they were all earned on 3 hits, no errors. 1 runner was left on base. We are through 7, all tied up 6-6. We'll be right back for the exciting conclusion. The last 2 innings here at Lawson State Community College. First game of the year for the Pioneers, 3rd game for Lawson State. We'll be right back on the Ball State Sports Network. And we have some changes here for Lawson State. Tell you about here's. We still got the same pitcher, or we got a new pitcher too? All right, we got to get it figured out as to who the new pitcher is. Tucker Lorenz at the plate. Find me the new pitcher on there if you don't mind, although apparently we can't trust that. Pop up out in the right center field. On comes center fielder Jesus Masecki. as the new right fielder Trey Thornton comes over to advise as well. So, okay, Matthew Young is our new pitcher. J.C. Menendez stands to the plate, and he's going to take one off the back between the 3 and the 3 on his jersey. Head on down to first base with 1 out. A lot of hit batters here for the Pioneers, and we're going to get a visit. Do we have a pitching coach, or is it the head coach that goes out there every time? Down the bullpen? Okay, so that's the head coach that comes down? Okay, and you said that it is Matthew Young, sophomore from Fairhope High School. Give me a second to fill out my score sheet. I can't, he's wearing the number 1. There we go. Kyle Klein goes 2 innings, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs. Hits 3 batters, does not walk a batter. Drew Plummer swings at the first pitch, pops it up in the infield. Third baseman Evans comes over to make the catch. Plummer having a tough time at the plate every other time he comes to the plate. Ground out, walk, ground out, hit by pitch, now a pop out. 0 for 3. That's now 2 outs in the inning. Brings up D-Train, Devin Thrain to the plate. Breaking pitch misses down. Get some defensive changes. I'll get to that in just a second. Finish the line on Klein. Breaking pitch catches the inside corner. Thrain not happy about that call. He's 1 for 4. 2 strikeouts to finish the line on Kyle Klein. Now Matthew Young, the third pitcher. The breaking pitch misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. New catcher behind the plate is Daniel Posey, who pinch hit for Marcus Rouse. Delivered a RBI double. Catches the outside corner. And the new right fielder is Trey Thornton. Not sure where he is going to bat in the lineup, as Jack Revis, the catcher, has been replaced, of course, by Posey as Thrain swings and misses. That will end the inning for the Pioneers. In the top of the 8th, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. And to complete the new first baseman as Wiley Walker pinch ran for Silas Amick. New first baseman is Carson Gilliland, wearing number 11. I'm not sure where he's going to bat in the lineup, but we probably will find out. We're going to find out the first batter in the bottom of the 8th. We're all tied up. And Caden Blackford back out on the mound for the Pioneers. And this is the 8th inning. You will, just to let you know, when you get to the Pioneer Field on Friday for the visit, or next time you come, you'll see a sign out on the left field wall that says the name Hayden Schrum, a number 8. He was a former Vol State pitcher from Macon County, Tennessee, and he passed away from leukemia in 2010, and he is honored at Vol State as the number 8 is not handed out since I'm not sure how many years, but in the 4 years I know that Coach McGuire has been at the helm, the number 8 is not used at Vol State in baseball in honor of Hayden Schrum. His motto was no regrets. He went on to, not sure if he finished, I believe he went to school at MTSU, not as a baseball player, but as a student, and we honor him in the 8th inning of every 9-inning game. Bottom of the 8th, first pitch from Blackford is to number 26. That is Trey Thornton, the right fielder. Nearly clipped with that pitch. Thornton 2-0 count, and he's going to take one off the body. A lead-off hit by pitch. And that's going to end the afternoon for Caden Blackford. He got one batter here in the 8th. And we'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we return on the Vol State Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Left-hander Carter Waltz, 5'10", 155-pound sophomore from Coopertown, Tennessee. Played high school baseball at Springfield High School, the Yellow Jackets. He's a general studies major, looking to get into construction management. He's the son of Richard and Melanie Waltz. Has an older brother Noah, Pops and Nana in Hendersonville, Granny in Coopertown, Granddaddy and Graham in Springfield, Tennessee. 6 innings or 6 appearances last year, all in relief. 8 innings of work. Now in with runner at first, nobody out. First pitch to Elijah Evans misses. Caden Blackford goes an inning, gives up 1 hit, right now 1 run, but the runner at first base is his responsibility. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batter. Popped up in the infield. Tucker Lorenz looks over at Drew Plummer at second base, who moves just behind second base. Makes the catch for out number 1. Waltzy is a self-professed master carpenter. I didn't verify that information, but apparently he's done some work, I assume, in Summers for, I think he said it was a family member. Lined out of play by Cam Nunley, who's been right in the middle of the action today for Lawson State. He's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and a double. Number 9 hole hitter for the Cougars. Waltz takes a little bit off of that pitch, lands down in the dirt. So no changes in position players for the Pioneers. But the 4th pitcher on for Vol State is Carter Waltz. That's a little tight to Nunley. Eben Hansen started, went 5 innings. Max Castle went an inning, Blackford an inning, and now Waltz in to try to retire the Cougars here in the 8th. All tied up 6-6. Fly ball out to right field. Mashinsky with the sunglasses on, looking up into the sky, makes the catch. Route number 2. And back to the top of the lineup, but Daniel Posey did not start there, but made big noise when he came in as a pinch hitter in the last inning. A run scoring double on the left field line. Looks at a fastball inside. He's now the catcher. Two outs. Runner leads off of first, not a big lead. There's a shot in the left field. That's going to be down for extra bases. See if Hoover can get to it. They're going to try to score him. He's rounded third. The run comes in. The throw to the plate is going to be in time. What a strike from Drew Plummer, the secondary cutoff man. Throws a strike just up the first base line. Menendez has to reach and then come back into foul territory on the third base side to make the tag. I wasn't sure he actually put the glove on the runner, but the home plate umpire had a better look than I did, and he called him out. So give Posey another double. But Thornton is out 7-4 to 2. 4 out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We are headed to the 9th, all tied up 6-6. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Top of the 9th, all tied up 6-6. Exciting first game of the year for the Vol State Pioneers. Traveled down to Birmingham, Alabama today. Easton Denning started to go on that sharp breaking pitch. Did not check with the first base umpire, but would have been a really hard look for him. He's on the wrong side of the diamond to be checking a left-handed swinging check swing. Matthew Young back in for his 2nd inning of work. Hard-throwing right-hander gets the called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Easton Denning. 2 hits in his first 2 plate appearances today, and then a fly out and a strikeout. He's 2 for 4 with an RBI. Freshman from McMinnville looking at a breaking pitch outside. Pioneers scored 4 in the 2nd, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. Lawson State 1 in the third, 1 in the sixth, and 4 in the seventh as Denning was looking to untie the game with that swing. 6 apiece here in the ninth. Easton Denning, Gage Hoover, and Hudson Blank scheduled to appear. And Denning will look at a full count. Ministries full count. Thanks to those of you who have emailed into the show, treesesports@gmail.com. We got any former players that are listening in? The full count first pitch foul ball off the bat of Denning. If you've got my number, you can text me. Former players, a bunch of them around that are playing college baseball, but folks listening in, maybe Corbin Overbay and Cam Hodges, former Sevier County High School teammates. 3-2 pitch, Denning able to hold up on that breaking pitch. They do check down to first base, but that umpire was looking down at his shoes when got the ask from the home plate umpire. And we're have a pinch runner for Easton Denning. Believe that's going to be Luke Lawson. Probably the fastest runner on the team. Redshirt sophomore. Outfielder. That'll bring up Gage Hoover to the plate. It might be Hoover time right here. Gage riding the struggle bus, looks at a pitch right down the can for a called strike. Time to break out here in game number 1. Throw over to first, and it gets by the first baseman. Lawson, who definitely a threat to go, is going to get down to second base on the errant throw by Matthew Young. So E1, second error of the game for Lawson State. Puts Lawson in scoring position. Hoover right now thinking, I just need to get the bat on the ball. Let's see if Coach McGuire asks him to lay down a bunt. He does not square, and the breaking pitch is low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke Lawson, 5'11", 165-pound redshirt freshman from Powell, Tennessee. Attended Halls High School. That's just outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. Son of Cale and Beth Lawson, brother to Lauren. Young looks back, and his line drive out to center field, but it's going to stay up, and it's going to get over the glove of the center fielder, Masecki, and that's going to drive in the go-ahead run. Hoover cruises to second, stops, and then starts again into third base. An RBI, I think that's probably a double, as I think Masecki dropped the ball out there. Hoover was going to stop at second. Saw Masecki drop the ball and continued on to third, but give him an RBI, and Vol State gets the lead back here in the top of the ninth. And out of the dugout comes the coach asking for the baseball from Matthew Young. Gage Hoover comes up big. It is Hoover time. So give another error out to the center fielder. That will end up still being an earned run as the walk to Easton Denning. Actually not. The error put him to second, so right now it's an unearned run, but we'll have a new pitcher when we return for Lawson State. You're listening on YouTube to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese on the Vol State Sports Network. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Vol State has just taken the lead 7-6 on an RBI double by Gage Hoover that drives in Luke Lawson, who pinch ran for Easton Denning here in the top of the 9th. New pitcher on for the Cougars, Reed Hartsfield from Oak Mountain High School. Freshman, shows he's a two-way player, pitcher and an outfielder. Hartsfield has not entered a game this season yet. They played 2 games. What was that, Tuesday? Did y'all play Tuesday? Tuesday the 28th against Marion Military Institute. Matthew Young is responsible for Hoover on third base. He goes an inning, gives up a hit. So far 1 run, and it's to be determined as to whether that's earned or not. Walked 1, struck out 1, and hit a batter. The 4th pitcher on for head coach Ty Roberts. And the Lawson State Cougars is Reed Hartsfield. Denning walked to lead off the 9th. He was replaced with a pinch runner, Luke Lawson. Hello to Paw in Powell, Tennessee, and Dee Dee and Nana in Knoxville. Luke's grandparents. I didn't get to finish my shout-outs to them. Infield is in as Hudson Blank steps to the plate. Looks at the first pitch low and inside. Blank's reached twice, singled in the second, was hit by a pitch and scored on a really good hustle play. Fastball misses up and in. Two balls and no strikes. Two blank. Scotty Dean in the on-deck circle. Yes, breaking pitch stays up and in. .30 pitch coming. Sure, Jim McGuire has given him a take sign. He takes one right down the can at the knees. .3-1 pitch. Infield is in. Left fielder Isaiah Sims playing way in as well, and there's ball 4. Blank was not sure. He stayed in the batter's box an extra couple ticks, but did not hear the strike call, and he heads down to first. Runners at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sportsfield. Bill Marbett, Stephen Dotson, and his crew, they are heavy into field maintenance and management. Bill Marbett been at it a long time. Scotty Dean steps in, been on base all 4 times he's come to the plate. In a big position right here, give Vol State some insurance. Run or runs, looks at a breaking pitch up. Dean doubled in the second, scored, walked in the third, was hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th, and singled in the 7th. Swing and a miss. I think he probably wishes he had that pitch back a little bit. Don't have an American flag, a USA flag out there on the flagpole today, but I don't think there's much breeze here, if any. I haven't seen anything affected. And Scotty gets hit on that elbow. They're going to say that he stuck his elbow out there, and I don't think that's right. I don't agree with that call. They're going to call him out. I didn't know you actually call the batter out for that call. You can call it a strike, but it wouldn't have been, it would have just been the second strike. But Coach McGuire talking to the home plate umpire right now. Okay, he didn't call him. He just called it a strike. Okay. I thought Scotty was walking back to the dugout like he was out. I didn't think Scotty moved. Let's see if I can pick it back up on a replay. You can do it as well on He actually pulled back. His body, he did not appear as though he. You can look at that replay all you want, though. You know his opinion matters. That guy behind the home plate's wearing a mask over his face. He's not wearing it now, but. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, I believe. I don't think Jim McGuire changed the home plate umpire's mind, and he did not. Umpire puts up 1 on the left hand and 2 on the right. 1-2 pitch. Nice take there by Dean. A disappearing breaking ball by Reed Hartsfield. Came in and walked the first batter he saw. That was Hudson Blank. Spikes one there. Nice backhand by Posey. And a full count. Ministries full count. Seven to 6, Vol State trying to take the first game of the 3-game series down here at Lawson State. The runner goes. Breaking pitch is outside, and Dean keeps his on-base streak going 5 in a row. Back-to-back walks, loads the bases. And Reed Mashinsky will get a chance with the bases loaded. Nobody out, top of the 9th. Lawson State scored 4 in the bottom of the 7th to tie the game at 6. Pioneers scored 1 here in the top of the 9th and looking for more. Disengagement by Hartsfield as Mashinsky, the son of Mike and Karen Mashinsky, will wait for the pitch as Posey goes out to have a chat with freshman pitcher. He's a general studies major from Bradenton, Florida. 6'3", 175 pounds. Redshirted his freshman year, came back last year. Only got in 6 games a year ago. Looking to have a big year for Reed Mashinsky here. Hello to Grampy and Grammy in Sarasota, Florida. Reed struggled a bit in the fall. Very fast runner. Looks at a pitch right down the can with the infield in. Elijah Evans at third, Cam Nunley at short, Bryson Barnes at second, Carson Gilliland at first. Breaking pitch misses outside. New outfielder Trey Thornton is playing fairly deep in right. Looks like Masecki playing about average in center field. Slider misses away. And Sims appears to be the shallowest of the 3 outfielders. He's in left. Shinsky can drive a ball the opposite way well. He's got a single in 4 trips to the plate. Drives one foul out of play to the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll have the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game after this one concludes, and the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Our alumni spotlight today for game 1 was Noah Eatman, now playing at Kaiser University in West Palm Beach. And Mashinsky was frozen on that breaking pitch, and he goes down looking. First out of the inning, and a big strikeout for the Cougars. Now we'll bring up Tucker Lorenz. He's 2 for 4. Double and a single, an RBI and a run scored. One of 2 left-handed batters in the lineup for head coach Jim McGuire, who's coaching down at third base, talking to Gage Hoover. Breaking pitch misses low. Denning walked to lead off the inning. Luke Lawson pinch running for him, moved down to second on an error on an attempted pickoff by Matthew Young. Gage Hoover's double, a subsequent error, moved Hoover to third. Lawson was going to score on the double. He did. Back-to-back walks and then a strikeout. Have us at this junction now. 2-0 count to Lorenz, the freshman from Loudon, Tennessee. Might have said Sweetwater, but I believe that's the name of the high school. And it actually, he told me, ground ball to the right side, it gets through into right field, 1 run scores. Here comes a runner into the plate, and stand up is Hudson Blank, a 2-run single by Tucker Lorenz. Pioneers now lead 9-6. Big day for Lorenz. Singles through the drawn-in infield. Probably would have been a single anyway. But Hoover and Blank come in to score. Dean ends up over on third base, and we have runners at the corners again, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. J.C. Menendez at the plate. Sees a breaking pitch land right across the plate. So 2 hits in the inning for the Pioneers, 2 errors in the inning for Lawson State. As the original run now is an earned run. Swing and a miss on another breaking pitch is Hartsfield. Good job of having it show like it's going to stay in the strike zone. Ends up landing away. Menendez down in the count 0-2. 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly, was also a hit by a pitch. I think our home plate umpire's probably seen enough hit by pitches today. Swing and a miss. Menendez down on strikes. We're out number 2. Second strikeout for Hartsfield brings up Drew Plummer to the plate. Plum 0 for 3, walk and hit by a pitch, scored a run. Playing second base today. Unless needed somewhere else, that's probably going to be where he lands. Swings as he was stepping out of the batter's box there, fouls one off to the right side. On deck, Devin Thrain hoping to get an AB here in the 9th. Matthew Young started the inning. Runner goes, pitch is down. A stolen base for Lorenz. So now 2 runners in scoring position. If Plum can get the big 2-out knock. Top of the 9th, we're scheduled for 9. First game of the 3-game series, and instead Plum's going to get on base the hard way. Going to have to take my shoes off to count up all the hit by pitches today. The bases are loaded. 9th batter to come to the plate, Devin Thrain. By my count, that's 5 hit batters for Lawson State pitchers. And 2, I believe, for Vol State. Thrain has a hit. There's a ground ball too short. Nunley's been steady all day, and he's steady again as he gets the lead runner there at second base for out number 3. So Thrain grounds into the fielder's choice, but the Pioneers send 9 to the plate. Score 3 runs. They were, we'll have to check. I think they're all earned on 1, 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 3 runners left on base. Check my math. I believe the score is right. 9-6, Vol State leads. Headed to the bottom of the 9th. We'll see who Coach McGuire has to close this one out. We'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese on the Vol State Sports Network. We move to the bottom of the ninth. Vol State with the 9-6 lead. 3-run ninth, top of the ninth. And a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Freshman Drew Moorhead, 5'11", 195-pound freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee, Rossview High School. On for his first collegiate appearance in a real meaningful game. General Studies major, son of Jeff and Leishan Moorhead. First pitch he delivers to Isaiah Sims, misses. Looking to nail down the first win of the year. Fastball misses high. Drew's going to need to settle down and get it in the strike zone. The grandson of Grandma Loco, he says in Bowling Green. I think he says that lovingly. Hello to Grandma Loco. Swinging a foul tip at the plate by Sims. Sims 0 for 3, reach base via the hit batter in the third. Flew out to Gage Hoover in left field and made a nice sliding catch. Fastball misses up. Last thing you want to do is walk the leadoff batter in the ninth. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Cougars. And he's walked him. Now probably wouldn't be a bad time just to go out and have a chat with the freshman right-hander. JC would try to settle him down. Got a runner at first. Bryson Barnes at the plate. That was a cross-up. JC looked like he was going down to block a pitch. Ends up catching it. Fastball. Called a ball, though. Barnes 1 for 3. Drove in a run, scored a run. Fly ball at the left field. Gage Hoover will come in and get under it and has to make a stab before it hits the ground. Out there in left field, way to make it exciting in left field for us, Gage. Fly out for out number 1, and Vol State is a do-dat double play away from ending the ball game. That'll bring up number 11, Carson Gilliland, for his first at-bat of the contest. Thanks to Dudat Communications and their support of Vol State athletics. It's going to be a wild pitch in the dirt. There goes the chance for the conventional double play. Nothing JC could do on that one. That's a breaking pitch that hit and kicked to the left. On deck, Will Elrod. Another pitch, it gets out of the glove. Then Menendez can't corral that one, and now runner at third base. I will score that as a pass ball. Not sure if he was trying to snag that and stick it on that outside corner. But a walk, a wild pitch, and a pass ball puts Sims at third. Now the Pioneers be happy to trade an out for a run. As Moorhead gets a called strike, trying to come back on Gilliland. Foul tip back to the backstop. Moorhead gets within a strike of an out now. Carter Waltz, the pitcher of record for the Pioneers. Fly ball out to deep right field, but Mashinsky playing back. He's going to make the catch. He's going to go ahead and show off the cannon. Comes close, but a sacrifice fly off the bat of Carson Gilliland. Drives in a run, but that is the second out. Lawson State now down to their last out. Trailing by 2, that'll bring Will Elrod to the plate. Right now, an unearned run for Lawson State. That'll be the first unearned run of the game out of the 16 that are up there. 9-7. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike to Elrod, the DH. He's 1 for 4. Drove in 2 big runs in the 7th with a double. Starts to go there, holds up. They check down at first base. You can't see him, but the base umpire says he went. That was a borderline. Wouldn't have been surprised if he said no. 1-2 pitch, 2 outs. Rear back and a swing and a miss. Drew Moorhead picks up his first save. And the Pioneers pick up the first win of the year in game number 1, 9-7. As he gets Elrod swinging. 1 run in the inning on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Drew Moorhead with the save, and the win goes to Carter Waltz. He goes to 1-0 on the season. Losing pitcher will be Matthew Young. Have to check that. I believe that is right. That he did give up the 7th run. Matthew Young, believe he falls to 0-1 on the season. And Drew Moorhead picks up the save. Freshman out of Clarksville, Tennessee. Reared back and fired that one in there. Let's make this game final. 9-7, the Pioneers get it done. 3 big runs in the top of the 9th inning for the Pioneers. RBI single, 2 RBI single for Tucker Lorenz. We're going to make Tucker our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. He went 3 for 5. Drives in 3 runs. Double, single, and a single in the 9th, and that single in the 9th, a big one for Vol State. Scored a run as well. Tucker Lorenz is your Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Tomorrow's doubleheader will begin at 11 a.m. as let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. It's found in the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 42. This is the verse that surrounds the Full Count discipleship group that Vol State has, a collegiate Full Count discipleship group, mostly high schools in the Sumner County area that Full Count does discipleship, but called them 242 groups based on this verse right here. Acts 2:42 says, they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. That breaking of bread and fellowship happens a lot of Friday mornings at Chick-fil-A in Gallatin with 11 of these ball players, and I sure enjoy meeting with them and working through. We're working through the book of Luke, and if you are so inclined, ask them if they know their memory verse, John 14:6. They should have that memorized by now. But I want to thank Full Count Ministries for the use of their broadcast equipment here for our away games. Also want to thank our chief engineer, A.J. Fawson, for all of his help to get these broadcasts up and going now for year number 4 as the Pioneers get it done. And game number 1 with the 9-7 victory. Let's see if we can get some final numbers for you. Vol State 11 hits by my count. 9 runs, 11 hits, had 1 error in the game. Lawson State, 7 runs on 8 hits on my score sheet. And they had, I believe they ended up with 3 errors in the game. I am unofficial. You can check the box score probably later tonight or tomorrow if you want the final numbers for Vol State Pioneers. Thanks to everybody who checked in on the email at treesports@gmail.com. And thank you for watching and listening. We'll be back on the air just a little bit before 11 a.m. Central tomorrow for Game 1 of the doubleheader here on the Vol State Sports Network. Vol State gets it done. A late rally in the 9th after leading the game early with 4 in the 2nd. Had a 6-2 lead until the bottom of the 7th when Lawson State tied it up with 4 in the bottom. 3 in the top of the 9th, gave up 1 run in the bottom of the 9th, which was an unearned run for Drew Moorhead. He finishes 1 inning of work, no hits, 1 run, but it was unearned. Walked the first batter, but then came back with a game-ending strikeout. So a game that takes just under 4 hours. So 3:53 to complete. Is that right? No, 2:53. There we go. I thought that was not that long of a game. 16 runs scored in 2 hours and 53 minutes. So for Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying so long from Birmingham, Alabama, where the Pioneers have just defeated Lawson State 9-7. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks again for listening. God bless you. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Vol State Sports Network.